Hypergraph allows you to visualize, analyze, and interact with structured and unstructured communications. Most often, Hypergraph is used for viewing email and/or chat data. To access Hypergraph, under Advanced Analytics, select Hypergraph from the Pages menu. Hypergraph displays email and chat in an interactive and visual way. The dashboard shows paths of communication between communicating parties with circles and lines. Each circle represents an entity. We can define what that circle or entity represents via the Content drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner of Hypergraph. The default view is Sender Domain, Recipient Domain Information. Let's change this to Sender Recipients to CCBCC. In the Hypergraph, the lines between circles represent communications between entities, and the thickness of the lines represents the volume of exchanged email or chat. Hover on any line to see the specific communicating parties and the number of email those parties exchanged. The size of the circles helps you immediately get a sense of the volume of each entity's associated communication links. This is not the number of emails they sent and received, but rather the number of parties with whom they communicated. Color coding of the circles also helps you quickly understand directions of communication. Green is an entity that sent or received email or chat. Blue is an entity that only received email or chat. Yellow is an entity that only sent email or chat. Use the key in the upper left-hand corner of Hypergraph as a reference. Again, the Hypergraph content can be adjusted using the Content menu to select from the available field options. The two CC and BCC fields can be selected individually, or you can switch instead to Domain. The Entities panel and the graph now display by domain name, and you can change this setting at any time. The Advanced menu allows you to adjust the number of nodes displayed. By default, Hypergraph displays the top 25 senders and the top 100 recipients for the two CC and BCC fields. There is no restriction. However, the higher the number, the longer the graph will take to load, and it can become difficult to explore and read. Note, any changes you make using the Content or Advanced menu settings are global for your user account, and the settings will be in effect across all of your projects until you change them. The left side panel is called the Entities panel. This panel lists all of the entities contained in the current view, in order by the highest number of sent and then received email and chat. Select an entity of interest within the Entities panel, or use the search box at the top of the Entities panel to filter the list of displayed entities. Note, this does not change the result set, it just helps you locate an entity, if it exists within the current filtered data set. Once selected, Hypergraph will display all of the connected communications within that entity. In addition, a fly-in window appears on the right-hand side of Hypergraph that displays the email and chat communications with the selected entity. To narrow a search, select an entity or entities and hit the Narrow Search button. To view and review documents that are displayed in your current Hypergraph results, switch the Pages menu to the Analysis or Review page. Hypergraph can be used in conjunction with smart filters or keyword searches by switching the Entities panel to Search. If you are going to use smart filters or keyword searches in conjunction with Hypergraph, remember, Hypergraph displays only email and chat communication and not information for attachments. Consider adding a family expansion to your search criteria before viewing the Hypergraph results. Let's clear our current criteria panel and run a search for documents containing the word money. Before looking at the hypergraph results, let's select the paperclip and include families. Now we can be sure that the appropriate emails and chats are represented in Hypergraph. When lines of communication overlap and are difficult to see, grab a node by left-clicking it with your mouse and dragging it away from other communication lines. Right-clicking a node within the graph displays additional options to select, deselect, or hide various entities. Keep this in mind when you wish to select or deselect an entire communication group or hide some entities to get a better look at those that remain. If you have a scroll bar on your mouse, use it to zoom in or out within the hypergraph window. You can also left-click in a white space area and drag the window if portions of the graph cannot be seen. Or click on a communication circle and drag it to a different location, making it easier to see.